Yo, what's going on, Walten Falls fans, and welcome back to a little news video. But I have some theories about a certain post made by Martin on April Fool's Day, because there was no actual April Fool's joke this year for Martin and the Walten Falls, except for my one, of course, saying that I was going to be in episode 6. I mean, as it stands as a joke, who knows what could happen? No, genuinely, I think this post is really cool because it reveals something that we already kind of knew was a thing. However, we got some substance involved into this post and into this specific piece of Walten merch. And so, as you can see, we have the new Bond plushie. Now, as you can see, this Bond plushie is absolutely huge. Some would even say, but I gotta say, this is an absolutely insane plushie. I think even comparing it to the old plushie, it looks so much better quality. I mean, look how fluffy this dude is. It looks like really high quality. I gotta say, there's gonna be something so iconic about this old Bond plushie. I mean, regardless of what happens in the future, those old plushies, such as the Pumpkin Rabbit one I have in the background right now, and all the old Bond, Boozoo, and Shah, all the plushies that are gonna come out as well, there's gonna be something so iconic about them. But if this is the type of merch we're gonna get in the future for the Walten Files, that is absolutely huge. And I gotta say, this is really interesting because as you can see just in the corner here, we have a response from Mac and Cheese saying, "Holy S-H-I-T, he's huge. When do we get him?" That's a great question. But Martin says, "I intend to release the plushies after 5 and 6 drops. Specifically this one, since he has a huge spoiler for the upcoming episodes we haven't shown. So there's no way he's dropping before then." So there's something here that Bond has on him that spoils something for episode 5 and 6. Now, there's really something really interesting about this because of Martin's use of the word upcoming episodes. So it's plural. So it's really interesting because is this Bond going to be something for episode 7? And you're going to be wondering, Cal, what on God's name, how's that going to be the case? Because, and my answer to that is, I intend to release the plushies after 5 and 6 drop. Specifically this one, since he has a huge spoiler for the upcoming episodes. Now, of course, that could probably mean 5 and 6, but who knows? Something in episode 7 could be because of this plushie as well. But something really interesting to me in this Bond is because of the eyes of being green. I don't know if that's supposed to mean anything. I'm not 100% sure, but I personally think there's going to be something wrong with Bond here, and I gotta answer one little thing. If we look at this Bond plushie, specifically this is the episode 1 plushie, well, the reimagined one with obviously Brian's arm. Now, Bond has this sort of thing on the side of him, right? This hole in the side. You ever see the hole in the chest and then the hole in the side, right? Now, the one difference between this Bond plushie, other than the size and color difference, is Bond does not have that hole in the chest. Now, am I supposed to think that this Bond is the Bond that's going to happen when we get revealed who's actually inhabiting the suit? Now, that's a great question because I really do think there's something in this image that's going to reveal something. And I know that's probably me looking into it, as per usual, a little bit too much, but I'm still really intrigued by this because of the fact that this plushie is so different to this plushie. And not in the color pattern, not in the size, because realistically we know that. They're obvious. They're just developments in product design. But the actual way that Bond has green eyes now, Bond has no hole on the side of his chest when he did in the original plushie and in the original episodes. So does that mean that Bond is going to look different in the upcoming episodes, or is somebody going to repair him? Is Bond going to be upgraded in a sense? Is Bond going to have something about him in the next episodes that are going to reveal him that someone like probably Felix is working on him to make sure that the suit does not crumble and rust away just like the rest of the suit seem to do? And that's a great question, because that's what it seems like it could be. Because how all of a sudden this Bond doesn't have a hole in his chest anymore? Well, obviously he's the main one here, but he has this one here. No sign of that one there. So in this case, is there going to be some sort of difference with Bond? I don't know, but I do think there's going to be something ridiculously interesting when it comes to this plushie. Because how could a plushie spoil something, right? Now, the more out there theory is, what if this Bond has a voice box? What if the reason Bond, this plushie specifically, is so much larger in comparison to this one is because they need to fit a voice box somewhere. Therefore, not showing the hand of this plushie, by the way, in this photo. There's only a view of the arm here. As we know, plushies that talk and have a voice box more or less have a push me thing in either of their palms, right? Like Build-A-Bear. However, there's no view of the arms of Bond here. So, what if the change in design and the enlargement of the product size be because they needed to put a voice box in there? Therefore, having voice lines that we have not seen yet. Therefore, spoiling episode 5 and 6 if it was to be released. And that is my honest theory about it. Obviously, I've seen the whole hole in the side theory, but my own theory is the fact that I think there's a voice box in here. And that is the spoiler. Because, realistically, he has a huge spoiler for the upcoming episodes. Now, it's a singular spoiler for upcoming episodes. Now, does that mean the upcoming episodes in 5 and 6, or does it mean 5, 6, 7, and so on? Who knows? I think it's probably going to be the latter stage, but to be honest, I think there's a reason Bond has a massive redesign here. Also, the fact of how much larger he is, because realistically, this plushie would have been somewhat just after the production of the Pumpkin Rabbit, right? And so I think if they're going to make anything to do with Bond in a little bit more light, I think they're going to put a voice box in this plushie. And that is my honest opinion. But let me know in the comments below what you think of this. I personally believe it's because there's a voice box. Also, a really good question here is because will TVA's plushie be Jumungus? I hope so. I really do hope so. And of course, this obviously resonates with this here. Now, another thing is, this Bond looks tiny. This Bond looks really, really small, right? But obviously, when we see him enlarged, he's absolutely huge. But yeah, I think there's going to be something about this Bond. In my opinion, it's going to be a voice box. And the reason I think it's going to be a voice box is because how can a plushie necessarily spoil something? Unless there's something about this plushie that's like really not been seen before. Personally, I think it's going to be the voice box because that just seems, you know, right to me. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash the like button down below. Make sure to subscribe as well. I'm bulk recording a load of videos because I'm currently away. If you're seeing this, you're probably seeing this on the Sunday or the Monday, wherever you might be in the world. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support on the channel recently. So thank you all so much for watching. If you want to join us on the journey to slowly getting there towards 6K, hit that subscribe button. I really, really appreciate it. But thank you all so much for watching. I'll check you in the next one. And of course, stay safe. Peace. First shot of this episode. Tammy picks this house.
Oh, what about that one?
Now, if you ask me, that is the, worst house you can pick. It has wallpaper on the outside.